I certainly hope not. So when it comes to movies, there shouldn't be any bias. Nowadays it's clear that these movie companies obviously have a political bias. But I don't want there to be a conservative bias. I don't want there to be a liberal bias. If you're in the career, your career is to make movies. You not only want to make movies that are enjoyable, but you want to make money. How much money do you think you're actually going to make if you divide the audience because you want to insert one specific political message over another? We've seen this time and time again. Hollywood is just left wing. That's the truth of it. And every time they come out with a movie that's mostly left wing, people it turns people off. So movies should be unbiased. And if you're going to have a political message, try to see it from both points of view, not just one. But movies should be fun for any race, any religion, whatever. You shouldn't have to be preached to the entire time from one side. So, is Marvel trying to appeal to a conservative audience? Conservative audiences? I hope not. I hope not. Um, the latest Captain America TV spot emphasizes that the Sam Wilson incarnation of the iconic hero is one symbol that stands for all, signaling a departure from the more politically charged narratives that have characterized the Marvel Cinematic Universe in recent years. Many have seen this as Marvel Studios attempting to a strategic pivot to regain conservative audiences who have felt alienated by the company's recent foray into identity politics. I mean, again, there shouldn't be any identity politics. Because what are you going to gain by alienating one side? One side is going to be alienated one way or another. Either the left's going to not want to see it because it's too conservative, or the right's not going to want to see it because it's too liberal. So what do you gain by doing that? The movie marks a significant shift, and not to mention, this is a movie that's already been reshoot how many times? It's reshot and all that, and it's been shown to audience, like a test audience, and every single time it fails. This move marks a significant shift for Marvel, especially following the Disney Plus series Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The show previously engaged with themes such as the merit of open borders. Seriously, again, who benefits from this? One side. So when you have a show that's like, oh yeah, open borders is good, and here, let's just make fun of Donald Trump and this, you're pushing one side away. Who does that benefit in the end? Is that making you money? No, because you're losing customers. And even people who are normally political are now getting tired of it. It's like, okay, I can handle it, but this is Disney. It's like, why am I getting preached to about the border wall and having open borders and Donald Trump? I'm watching Disney Plus to be entertained, not to be preached to. So you lose more customers and you lose more money. I don't understand what's so freaking hard to understand about this. Uh, Criticized as an endorsement of leftist ideology, the new TV spot suggests that Marvel is responding to these criticisms, aiming to create content that is less divisive in the wake of Donald Trump's re-election. Captain America: Brave New World has become emblematic of Marvel's recent struggles. Initially titled Captain America: A New World Order, the production was plagued by numerous reshoots, following reports of a series of disastrous. Yeah, I just said all that. With the release date set for February 14th, the film has already undergone four rounds of reshoots, leading to significant budget overruns that some analysts believe that could push the production cost near the 500 million mark. Oh, hi, Mark. What a story, Mark. Recent reports indicate that star Anthony Mackie was spotted filming near new scenes in Los Angeles just a month ago. I think I actually talked about that, hinting at more extensive changes than initially anticipated. The additional of Gustavo Fring, Giancarlo Esposito to the cast, and the reduction of the reduction or complete removal of WWE's Seth Rollins character further underscore chaotic production environment. Really? That guy's funny. Brave New World stars Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, who has taken up the mantle of Captain America from Chris Evans. Chris Evans is Steve Rogers in Avengers Endgame. Harrison Ford joins the cast as President and former General Thunderbolt Ross, a role previously held by the late William Hurt. Ford's portrayal of Ross will see him transform into the antagonist Red Hulk, adding another layer of complexity to the film's troubled production. Many see political commentary in the film having the President of the United States take an antagonistic role against a black Captain America and turn into a giant red rage monster. We're gonna make America great again. Oh, Hulk, make great America. With 4 expensive reshoots already in the bank, industry reports are skeptical about Brave New World. Wasn't that already the name of a movie not too long ago? I don't know. Achieving profitability. Historically, only 11 MCU films have surpassed the 1 billion mark, with most of those successes occurring before Avengers Endgame. The recent string of critical and commercial failures suggests that Marvel's strategy post-Endgame, which emphasizes identity politics and a more diverse roster of protagonists, may be backfiring. You think? Again, there should be no real... Again, like, if you're going to have a message, you need to be able to see it from both sides. You need to see it. They're fine people on both sides. Both sides. But when it's just one-sided, you're going to put... like I said, if the messaging is just all liberal and this and that, and open borders and this and that, and we want to be able to kill babies, and it's going to drive away the right. If it's, if it's a movie and it's all, people on the right talking, like, right talking points, like closed borders and, killing babies shouldn't be allowed unless it's absolutely necessary to save the woman's life or due to situations, which YouTube doesn't like us mentioning. It's going to drive, and, you talk about that, and it's going to drive the other side away. So again, who does that benefit by alienating an entire group of people? The high production costs combined with the potential for subpar visual effects due to the rush post-production raise serious doubts about the film's box office performance. The comparison to poorly received CGI in Justice League serves as a cautionary tale for what might lie ahead for Brave New World. With Marvel's latest TV spot for Captain America, Brave New World could signal an effort to mend fences with conservative viewers, which skepticism remains about the effectiveness of the strategy. The company's, I also forgot. I completely forgot. I should have been doing, I should have done this the whole time. I didn't even think about it. I thought it was on already for some reason. I didn't notice it. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know one person, that's the whole reason I got this thing. Got that. It's because someone was like, oh, the white. The white. I don't like it either. And I didn't even notice because I've just been, reading. The company's recent reputation for embracing progressive and identity-driven narratives has left a lasting impression on, once you lose that trust, it's going to be really, really hard. Because you can say, oh, well, we promise not to do it. Or, see, look, it doesn't... People are not... They're not going to trust you anymore. Watching movies is not cheap. Going to the theater is not cheap. So people are not going to waste their money, their hard-earned money, on going to the theater with their family to see a movie that's forced with identity politics. Especially after the company's like, oh no, you can trust us. Would we lie? So, you know, after all, the last time viewers saw this version of Cap, he was yelling, "You gotta do better, Senator," at a U.S. elected official advocating for open borders and openly defending terrorists against a decorated American soldier. Why they claim what they claim, one symbol, what they give us. Two so-called Captain America and a Captain Britain. The only one of value is Steve Rogers, and it always was. I think Steve picked Sam because he believed Sam had the humility not to take it up, which he did at the beginning of FNWS. The only thing I'll be watching in this movie's massive failure. The only thing I'll be watching is this movie's massive failure when it finally comes out. I mean, yeah. Again, if you have political messaging, you're just gonna drive one side away. Simple as that. And people are tired of it. It's either all about girl bosses or ooh, white people are bad, and oh god, the struggles of black people and racism, and oh, immigrants, we need. It's always something, and you're gonna alienate even the people who you think you're pandering to, who you think are going to enjoy that sort of thing. Even they're gonna get tired of it, and they've shown that they have. Like, it's going to take more than just one side to bomb a movie. It takes their people too. So it's like, okay, well, I was going to see the movie, but once again, it's just political messaging, which I don't have a problem with, but, it's, you know, and especially right now in just a string of Marvel movies, and they've all failed because they've all had political messaging in some way, whether it be girl power or whatever. It just keeps failing, and yet Marvel, Disney, Marvel, they keep doing it. So how about we just keep both sides happy and just release a movie that's fun? That way it appeals to everyone. It'll appeal to the left, it'll appeal to the right, it'll appeal to the people in the middle, it'll appeal to whites, blacks, Hispanics, Asian, you name it, it'll appeal to them, and you'll make a lot of money, because that's why you're in the business, to make a lot of money. And you're not going to make a lot of money if you keep dividing people with political messages in your freaking media, in your movies, in your games, in your TV shows. But we're the ones talking crazy here, because I'm always going to get some freaking jackass coming out like, oh, you're just some fat incel and Okay, then enjoy your crappy political message in your crappy show. And then when it fails, you know what's going to happen. You're going to come blame us. So maybe leave out the political commentary. If you're going to have it, don't have it ham-fisted and shoved down our throats. Because guess what? The viewers aren't stupid. Okay, they can pick up on things. So that way you can write a good story with a subtle message and not have that message completely overtake the story and the narrative. But hey, what do we know? But that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.